I've not finished with you. With either of you. I shall give you until tomorrow at noon. If by then you don't do what I bid you to do, then the whole world shall know the origin of Robert Chiltern.
Show Mrs. Cheveley out.
You sold a cabinet secret for money? You started your life with fraud?
What this woman says is quite true. But Gertrude, listen to me.
Don't touch
Gertrude,
me.
Gertrude.
Say nothing. Oh, how I worshipped you. You were to me something apart from common life, a thing pure, noble, honest, without stain. The world seemed to me a finer place because you were in it, and now... Oh, when I think I made a man like you my ideal. The ideal of my life.
There was your mistake. Why can't you women love us, faults and all? It is not the perfect, but the imperfect who have need of love. It is when we are wounded by our own hands that love should come to cure ourselves. What use is love? You made your false idol of me. And I had not the courage to come down and show you my wounds, tell you my weaknesses. I was afraid that I might lose your love, as I have lost it now. And so, last night you ruined my life for me. What this woman asked of me was nothing compared to what she offered. She offered security, peace, stability. The sin of my youth that I thought was buried rose up in front of me, hideous, horrible. I could have killed it forever, but you prevented me. No one but you. And now what is there before me but public disgrace, ruin, terrible shame, the mockery of the world? Let women make no more ideals of men, or they will ruin other lives as completely as you, who I have so wildly loved, have ruined mine.
Any letters for me, Phipps?
3, my lord.
I want my cab round at once, please, Phipps.
Yes, my lord.
Phipps, when did this letter arrive?
It was brought by hand just after your lordship went to the club.
That will do, Phipps. Lady Chiltern's writing on Lady Chiltern's pink notepaper. I want you. I trust you. I am coming to you. Gertrude. Oh, poor woman. She's found out everything.
Evening, Phipps.
Lord Caversham.
Why will parents always appear at the wrong moment? It must be some extraordinary mistake in nature, I suppose. Ah, my dear father, delighted to see you.
Take my coat off.
Oh, but father, is it worthwhile?
Well, of course it's worthwhile. Take it off. Now, which is the most comfortable chair?
That one, father. That is the one that I always use when I have visitors.
Thank you. Well, there's no draft in this room, I hope.
Of course, father, there's no draft.
Now, I want to have a serious conversation with you.
But father, it is after 7. And my doctor tells me that I must not have a serious conversation after 7. It makes me talk in my sleep.
Talk in your sleep? What does that matter? You're not married.
No, father, I am not married.
Now, that is what I've come to talk to you about.
Yes, I was afraid of that.
Now, it's high time you were married. You're 34 years of age.
Yes, but I only admit to 32. 31 and a half when I have a really good buttonhole.
Well, you're 34, I tell you. And there is a draft in this room, which makes your conduct worse. Why did you tell me there's no draft? I can feel a draft. I can feel it distinctly.
You're quite right, father. There's the most dreadful draft. Look, I will come and see you tomorrow, and we can discuss the whole thing.
No. I came here with a very definite purpose, and I intend to All right, I intend to see it through. Now put down my coat.
Certainly, Father, but let us go into the smoking room. Your sneezes are quite heart-rending.
Well, I suppose I still have the right to sneeze when I choose.
Quite so. I was only expressing sympathy.
You always really understand what you're saying?
Yes, if I listen attentively.
If you listen attentively, you conceited young puppy.
This. There is a lady coming to see me this evening on particular business. Now, when she arrives, show her into the drawing room. You understand?
Yes, my lord.
No one else is to be admitted under any circumstances.
I understand.
It is a matter of the gravest importance.
I understand, my lord.
That will be the lady. I will see her myself.
Well, am I to wait attendance on you, sir?
Oh, no, Father, do excuse me just one moment. Well, you remember my instruction slips into that room.
Yes, my lord.
Father?
Is Lord Goring not here? I was told he was at home.
His lordship is engaged at present with Lord Caversham, madam.
How very filial.
His lordship told me to ask you, madam, if you would be so kind as to wait in the drawing room for him. His lordship will come to you there.
Well, Lord Goring expects me.
Yes, madam.
Are you quite sure?
His lordship told me that if a lady called, I was to ask her to wait in the drawing room. His lordship's instructions on the subject were very precise.
How very thoughtful. To expect the unexpected shows a thoroughly modern intellect. Oh, how dreary a bachelor's drawing room always looks. I must alter all this. Oh, no, I don't care for that lamp. It's far too glaring. Light some candles.
Certainly, madam.
I hope the candles have very becoming shades.
We have had no complaints about them, madam, as yet.
I want you, I trust you. I am coming to you, Gertrude. I want you. I trust you, I'm coming to you.
The candles in the drawing room are lit, madam, as you directed.
Thank you.
My dear Father, if I am dead, Daddy, surely I may be allowed to choose the time, the place, and the person, particularly the person.
That is for me, sir. You would probably make a very poor choice. It is I who must be consulted, not you. There is property at stake. It's not a question of affection. Affection is something that comes later on in married life.
Yes, in married life, Father, affection is something that comes when people thoroughly dislike each other.
Certainly, sir. I mean, certainly not, sir. You're talking very foolishly tonight. What I say is, marriage is a matter for common sense.
So my mother tells me. Oh, my dear Arthur, what a piece of good luck. Your servant just told me you were not at home. How extraordinary. The fact is, I'm horribly busy this evening, and I asked that no one should be admitted. Even my father had a comparatively cold reception. He's been complaining of a draft the whole time.
And not without reason, sir. Good evening.
Oh. Arthur, you must be at home to me. You're my best friend. Perhaps by tomorrow you'll be my only friend. My wife has discovered everything. I guessed as much. Really? How? Oh, merely by something in the expression on your face as you came in. Who told her? Mrs. Cheveley herself. Oh, I would to God I'd died before I'd been so tempted or fallen so low. Have you heard nothing from Vienna in answer to your wire? Yes, I got a telegram at 8 o'clock tonight from the First Secretary. Well, nothing is absolutely known against her. On the contrary, she occupies a rather high position in society. It is a sort of open secret that Baron Arnheim left her the greater portion of his immense fortune. Apart from that, I can learn nothing. So she doesn't turn out to be a spy, then? Oh, spies are of no use nowadays. Their profession is over. The newspapers do their work instead. Arthur, I'm parched with thirst. May I ring for something, some hock and seltzer? Certainly, allow me. Thanks. Arthur, I don't know what to do. I can trust you, absolutely, Count. My dear, of course. Phipps, some hock and seltzer, please.
Yes.
Oh, and Phipps, will you forgive me while I give my servants some directions? Yes. Phipps, when that woman arrives, I am not at home to anyone, you understand?
The lady is in the drawing room, my lord. You told me to show her in there.
You did quite right, Fitz.
Arthur, tell me what I should do. My life seems to have crumbled about me.
Robert, you love your wife, don't you?
I love her more than anything else in the world. I used to think ambition the great thing. It's not. Love is the great thing. There is nothing but love. And I love her. But she's found me out, Arthur. She's found me out.
But has she never committed some folly, some indiscretion, that she should not forgive your sin?
My wife? Never. She doesn't know what weakness or temptation is.
But your wife will forgive you, Robert. Maybe at this very moment she is forgiving you. She loves you. Why should she not forgive?
God grant it. God grant it.
Ah, thank you, Fitz.
Pocket seltzer, sir?
Thank you.
Robert, did you come in your carriage?
No. I walked from the club.
So Robert will take my cab, Fitz.
Yes, my lord.
You will forgive me if I send you away.
Arthur, you must just let me stay for 5 minutes. I have made up my mind what I'm going to do in the house tonight. The debate on the Argentine canal is to begin at 11. What was that?
Nothing.
I heard something in the next room. Someone's been listening.
No, there's no one there.
There is someone there. There are lights in the room. The door's ajar. Arthur, what does this mean?
Robert, you're excited now. I tell you, there is nobody in that room.
Do you give me your word there is no one there?
Yes.
Your word of honor?
Yes.
Arthur, let me see for myself.
No.
If there is no one there, why should I not look in that room?
Robert, this must stop. I tell you, there is nobody in that room. That is enough.
It is not enough.
Robert, for God's sake. There is somebody in that room. Someone that you must not see.
I thought so.
I forbid you to enter.
Stand back. I will know who it is. What explanation have you for the presence of that woman?
Robert, I swear to you on my word of honor that woman is guiltless and stainless of all offences towards you.
Vile and infamous thing.
Don't say such a thing. She came here for your sake. She loves you and no one else.
What have I to do with her? Intrigues with you. Let her remain your mistress. You are well suited to each other.
Robert, it is not true. Before heaven, it is not true.
Let me pass. You have sworn enough upon your word of honor.
Good evening, Lord Glory.
Mrs. Cheveley. Good heavens. What are you doing in my drawing room?
Merely listening. I have a perfect passion for listening through keyholes. One hears such wonderful things through them.
Isn't that rather like tempting Providence?
Well, surely Providence can resist temptation by this time.
I'm very glad that you have called. I'm going to give you some good advice.
Oh, no, pray don't. One should never give a woman anything she can't wear in the evening.
I see that you are still quite as willful as ever.
Well, far more. I've greatly improved. I've had more experience.
Well, too much experience is a dangerous thing. Oh, pray, have a cigarette. Half the pretty women in London are smoking cigarettes. But I prefer the other half.
Thank you. I never smoke. My dressmaker wouldn't like it. And a woman's first duty in life is to her dressmaker, isn't it? What her second duty is, no one has ever yet discovered.
You have come to sell me Robert Chiltern's letter, haven't you?
To offer it to you on condition. How did you guess that?
Merely because you haven't mentioned the subject. Have you got it with you?
Oh, no. A well-made dress has no pockets.
What is your price for it?
How absurdly English you are. The English always think a checkbook can answer every problem in life. Oh, my dear Arthur, I have very much more money than you have, and just as much as Robert Chiltern has managed to get hold of. No, money is not what I want.
What do you want, Mrs. Cheveley?
Why don't you call me Laura?
I don't like the name.
Well, you used to adore it.
Yes, that's why.
Arthur, you loved me once,
Yes.
and you asked me to be your wife.
That was the natural result of my loving you.
And you threw me over. Because you saw, or said you saw, poor old Lord Mortlake trying